video, I got 3 specializations for you that I think you should absolutely try out in Mythic Plus, rating, or any PvE content for Season 2. I'm going to cover what makes them so great in my opinion, with both viable reasons to play them and fun reasons. I have a spec for each role, one for tanking, one for healing, and one for DPS, so whichever role you main, you have a class you might enjoy, or maybe all 3 like me. I wanted to make this video for people out there that want to try something new, or for brand new players to the game that aren't sure what to pick. Let's jump right into it. First one is a DPS class that I have loved for a really long time, but really jumped back into it this season. It's Ret Paladin. Let's start off with the viable reasons to play them right now. You have a ton of utility to help out your team. Off healing with Word of Glory, lay hands for a full heal for yourself or others. You can even use Bop or Blessing of Protection to protect yourself or someone else from physical damage. You also have my personal favorite oh shit button in the entire game that's really helpful for beginners too, and it's called Divine Shield. Basically, it's a bubble that protects you from all damage for a short time, and you can do damage inside of the shield, unlike Turtle Shell that hunters have. Right now, Ret Paladins are one of the best DPS in the game with how much damage they're doing, how tanky they can be with their self-healing, and the utility they bring to their group. This goes for, they're great, this goes for raiding, solo content, and they're insane for Mythic Plus. As for fun reasons, this can vary for me depending on the class, but in Ret's case, I absolutely love how satisfying their abilities are to use. Building up Holy Power to shoot off a holy storm of swords for AoE, or smash down a giant hammer on a single target with Hammer of Righteous, it is so satisfying. I also think it's fun to help out my team as much as possible. A good Ret can carry a tough group with all of the utility that they bring, off healing, their fast interrupts, their single target stun, their AoE like stun. It's so freaking good. I like being able to clutch up in a tight scenario, and Rets can absolutely do that if played well. I love their tier sets too this season, and that's a big factor for me of what I play, to be honest, because aesthetic is a big deal. Honestly, they're just great class for beginners, which can be really nice too if you're new to the game, obviously, or if you don't want to sweat your ass off while playing a class. They are a blast. Next up, Preservation Evoker, the new healing spec and class that came with Dragonflight. Viable reasons to play them consist of incredible responses to high incoming damage, whether that's single target or group damage with Spirit Bloom, Dream Breath, Reversion, Rewind, and more. One of the highest healing throughput healers in the game currently, and I don't see that changing. You can literally grab people out of shit they shouldn't be standing in and move them somewhere else with Rescue. This ability is crazy fun and also really helpful. You bring Blessing of the Bronze that helps with mobility cooldowns of your whole group, which is great for all types of content. You have a knock up and knock back to help with group positions or casts in Mythic Plus. If you're trying to do higher content Mythic Plus or rating, and this is something that interests you, you do really solid damage as an evoker, and it's not that difficult to execute well. You also have an interrupt, which can be essential for Mythic Plus, and Cauterizing Flame, which is basically another cleanse that can also remove bleeds, which is super helpful in Mythic Plus dungeons this season. For me, there's so many fun reasons for evokers, why I find them so much fun. First off, this is obvious. You're a freaking dragon, okay? You breathe fire, you can fly over enemies to deal both destruction and healing with Dream Breath or Deep Breath. Being able to become a dragon has always been an RPG fantasy for me, so it definitely plays into why they're so much fun, and if you're the same way, this is the class for you. I mentioned Rescue before, but you are literally picking people up and dropping them somewhere else. It's so much fun, and it can be funny too. You have incredible mobility, which I really enjoy as a player, and honestly, it's just fun to have a lot of responses to incoming damage. As a healer, there's never a moment where I don't have something to deal with incoming damage, and it's reassuring as a healer, especially if you're new to the game, that you aren't so cooldown reliant, which makes them just that much more enjoyable. Last but not least, the tank class that I highly recommend to everyone that loves tanking, Vengeance Demon Hunter, who I have played way too much already for this season. Starting off with viability, this is one of the best tanks in the game right now for so many reasons, and also one of the most punishing if not played correctly. So I think would say that you can pick them up as a beginner, but there is a high skill ceiling for them, so if you're looking for that learning curve, this might be the tank for you. If you like high Mythic Plus, then I'm sure you've seen a huge rise in the highest keys being completed by Vengeance right now. They have incredible damage mitigation with their tier set, along with Imprison for Incorporeals, which is the new Mythic Plus affix for this season. They have a fast interrupt, an AoE group stun, and an AoE silence that comes in clutch with difficult casting packs in Mythic Plus. They have high mobility and a huge raid and groove buff with Chaos Brand, which increases magic damage enemy takes by 5% for your whole group. They do an insane amount of damage right now. One of the highest, if not the highest damaging tanks in the game for both single target and raid fights, and big packs in Mythic Plus with Fiery Brand, and their self-healing is incredible. There are so many fun reasons to play Vengeance Demon Hunter for me. There's no other tank quite like them. Being able to consistently leap to packs after packs in dungeons, or leap out of shit you shouldn't be standing in with Infernal Strike. What about having Demon Spikes for armor? A flame aura around you that burns enemies? Turning into a giant demon that just deals with damage like a boss? Or perhaps breathing giant green flames at enemies? You feel like an in-game boss, and you look like one too. Their tier set is so engaging with Fiery Brand spreading to enemies, which results in less damage taken from them and causes you to deal way more damage. Who doesn't like to do an insane amount of damage as a tank? At least I know I do. It's cool to see you're above DPS in some situations. This is a must try if you enjoy tanking. Those are the 3 specs I wanted to share with you guys. I have loved playing each of them this season, along with so many others. I just love alts. These have just made WoW just that much more enjoyable for me, and I wanted to share them with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and try at least one of these specs. If you do, let me know what you think of them down below. I'm making WoW and Diablo 4 content all the time on this channel, so if that's something that interests you, hit that like and sub button. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.